Hey, with Coach Anna Nimz as Demons get ready to head out to Texas for a month. Well, not a month, but it'll be a few days.
It's been referenced as the McConaughey two-step.
Okay.
A few times.
Yeah. I was going to say that and then add that it may be a three-step.
A three-step.
Because of North Texas. But anyway, we'll get to that in a minute. But Coach, give me some thoughts on the team so far. We played 3 games now. And what kind of growth do you feel like you've seen from this team from those first practices before the season starts? Now we've played a few games, and as we kind of get into more of the meat of the season.
I would say that probably just our overall confidence. Obviously we've taken on number 7 in the nation, and then we've taken on 2 non-Ds. And so just confidence, seeing the ball go through the hoop. I think very selfless play. I think they've played through one another, had great ball movement, pushed tempo when we needed to. And for those 3 games, we're really working on trying to really grow within ourselves, grow as individuals and committing to corrections within ourselves. And then also, with being a younger team, but also just being so many new faces, we've got to get a lot of minutes of playing together, and it's working through different roster lineups. And so I think they've handled that really well. We've had a new starting lineup. We've had different shifts, throughout the substitutions. And so I think they're getting better. And then as a coaching staff, we're starting to see what group gels, and so that's kind of what the biggest importance of those last 3 games are. And now we're moving into more of what you said, the bulk, kind of the thick of the non-conference, and matching up with somebody a little more even. And so I think this game's actually going to be our first test. What are we made of? Where are we actually at? And I hope that's a good thing.
If we can drill down for maybe just a second on a couple of players maybe that you've seen that you feel like through this first few weeks have maybe not surprised you, but played to their expectations or really given you what you thought they could, any of that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I think Maya obviously coming in, point guard position's a tough position, and obviously she's a transfer as a senior, and so being able to grow in the program so quickly, understanding the sets and the entries and the philosophy of the program, I think she's done a nice job of taking that position and really making it her own. And so I've been proud of her. I'm not surprised by it. Obviously, we thought that she had the capabilities to do it, but it was a big task, and she's done a really nice job, and you would think she was more of a veteran point guard within our program than a player that's played 3 games as a Lady Demon. So been really proud of her. Obviously we all know what we're going to get out of Sharna, but what others don't know is that she came off a surgery. And so she's worked tremendously hard to get back in the mix. And obviously I texted her last night. I said, for a girl that just started practicing, you wouldn't know it. And so just been really proud of her and what she's been able to accomplish in the last 3 games. I think Jazz played one of her best games against LSU, and we've got to make sure she has that tenacity all the time. And obviously, John A. started off that first game just guns a-blazing. So, and then I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about Vernell. So I know you asked for a couple, but I think there's a lot of kids, whether they're playing big minutes or small minutes, that have done some nice things and some impactful things.
So like I said at the beginning, moving into, and like you said, a more comparable matchup, specifically on Saturday with Tarleton. But before we talk about even specifically of that game, a back-to-back with Tarleton on Saturday, Texas A&M on Sunday, and then North Texas 2 days after that. Just from a play standpoint, what are the biggest challenges of certainly at this point in the season, are still kind of getting our legs fully under us?
Yeah, I mean, it's
playing back-to-back.
Yeah, it's going to be fatigue. It's sometimes that's what's really tough about. We need these games, and that's just part of it. This is when the games were available, and we were already going to be in Texas, obviously. So we're making it happen. I think the one thing that we can think of is it's maybe non-conference preseason right now, but when you're in the tournament play in the postseason, you're playing back-to-back games. So it kind of gives you an idea of what you're going to face. And maybe that's just my way of sugarcoating it for myself and for the girls. But no matter what, you have to show up and show out. But I do think fatigue's going to be a thing, and so I think we're going to have to really be able to work through our entire bench. So I think we have kids that are going to play a lot of minutes at Texas A&M, and we're going to give them the game. But right now, our main focus and our only focus is Tarleton.
Looking at Tarleton, they got several players back from last year's team that came here, and we were able to get the win with a strong second half performance. But a lot of the same sort of things that we expect for them again this year.
Yeah, they've added some really nice pieces to the puzzle, but they're returning a lot of significant players. We're going to have to really be on our A game. Our defense is going to have to be definitely incredibly disciplined. They're a very good team. They've got a lot of firepower. They're very quick, and they've got really nice inside presence. So it's going to be a game in which we have to really show that we can be disciplined on the defensive end and finish possessions out. They've got a really, really nice D3 transfer who's coming in as a one-year player for them. But, I mean, she's having nights. I think she had 21 against Arizona. But she's at the top right now for them and doing a nice job. And something that I think is a strength for them is they've played 3 very competitive games right now. Which that's good for them. But so they're going to be our first test and we're going to be their 4th test. So it's just a matter of going in and taking care of business and worrying about us and focusing on what we can handle.
Coach, thanks so much.
Thank you. Welcome.